Hey guys, good evening. Oh no. The back LEDs are still default. Hold on. I need to... let's make them do... I don't know, something like this in bluish. A little bit less power. Let's see. There. That's fine. Let's make it do that a little bit less fast. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Good evening, all. And, well, I'll start at the top in a minute, but Philip just came in with a €20 donation for my birthday, because it's my birthday. Well, okay, I have to be honest, it was my birthday yesterday, on the 5th. But, you know, close enough. Let me fix the lighting, because this needs to go to 90, I think. That's a bit better. Yeah, I think that's better. Nice. So, thank you very much there, Philip. Now, let's see at the top. Jammin' GJ was there earliest, and he's hoping for some magic smoke. Well, normally I am too, but this time I am not. Because I want to replace my bench power supply, and I'd rather not have it smoke. But we'll see. Unfortunately, Tomos or Sexuality, what? Okay, 7. Says, unfortunately, lately these power supplies have been getting too good, and there have been no fireworks. And he's waiting for DIN-rail power supplies. I might look into that. We need a DIG PSU. I've actually thought about if I should OEM a PSU. I'm not going to design it myself, but if, you know, I can probably buy good ones and then resell them. But there's already a lot of other people selling PSUs, so why should I do that then? You know, I try to differentiate, not do the same. But maybe, who knows? Oh, and Thomas just noticed this now. All the best, Quindor. Happy birthday, says unneeded 9961. Aw, you're needed. And John and Harman and Greg and Jam and DJ and Live Feeds Zandvoort. What? Okay, nice. Oh, Johnny Bergdahl came in with a 201 SEKs. Happy birthday and SEKs rules. Nice. Music's still a bit loud. Yeah, that's true. We're having a party. Let's go this there. Yeah, I mean, if you can buy me, I can buy Meanwell, but I can't sell them cheaper than the AliExpress sellers do. So then what is my added value, right? Oh, Home Ace may already have drank too much. Okay. You, John Harmon got his first Quinn LED DIG quad going to install tomorrow. Nice. Did you read the message from Greg? Where is it? Hi, Quinder. I ask for a favor. My grandfather passed away at age 87 last week, and my mom is here. And I'm wondering if you could do a shout out to my mom, please. Janice Cressy. Cressy. Well, hi there, mum of Greg. I am Andres Quindor. I am now, I always have to think, 47 years old. And, well, welcome to the show. A lot of Swedish in Dutch chat. What? Is this lens wide or normal again? This is the lens we've always had. I think I like it best. The 18 millimeter there is right here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll switch again at some point. Sweet rule. Bring back White Boy. Why do you want the wide shot? It's not like you see anything else. Nice bokeh effect. Yeah, it's on aperture of 2.5, but these are 1. 1.8, I think. Let me check. Should say. They're all primes. It doesn't say. Why not? Is it over here? Is it in here? Yes. 1.8. And I have 4 primes. So I also have some zoom lenses. The one on top is a zoom lens. But it's a special zoom lens also. Because I bought the top zoom lens. This one. This one is a 24-105. But it's f4. But it's f4 the whole range. So my lighting doesn't change when I zoom in and out. Haha. Because my aperture doesn't change. It makes the small room look bigger. It's like you're a famous YouTuber for a huge studio. Well, the new house is going to be a lot bigger. So, yeah. Thanks, Philip. Thanks, Quinder. Means a lot. Appreciate it. Brought a smile to her face. Nah. Yeah, I get that. You know. Glad it made her smile. He is a famous YouTuber. What are you talking about? Yeah, I've like... How many subscribers do I have? I don't know. 61,000? When are you famous? Hi there from Hungary. Hi there, Slicer. So we were a bit late on the pre-stream today because I had to clear my desk of what I was doing literally hours before that. We might move that back again later in the show as the secret of the day. Oh, 62,300. I'm running behind. Okay. Thanks, Philip. We need 100k as we all want merch. Yeah, I need to make more videos this year and less live streams. And then I will get more subscribers. Because these live streams are nice and are fun to do and for the public and my community. But YouTube is like, what are you doing, man? You know, I'm not going to give you subscribers for live streams. Gee. So I need to make more videos. So yeah. Maybe at some point. I do want to make a few more videos than I did last year this year. Because last year was a bit low on the video front. Everybody leave the stream. No. I like hanging out with you guys and doing projects. But I should make more live streams into videos and stuff like that. But everything costs time. There's only one me. So, yeah. Oh, I beat Johnny? That's worth 10k subscribers. Nice. Dig Shorts. Actually, there is some news on that front. We will be getting shorts again at some point. So, I have something in the works. Every week should be Quinbox. Maybe we should make a Quinbox channel. No, that'd be boring. There isn't a video production company running this channel? Nope. It's me editing. It's me filming. It's me scripting. It's me doing everything. Also the taxes. I wish I didn't have to do the taxes. Yep, one-man show. Doing the board designs, production stuff, contact with all the sellers, etc., etc. Oh, nice, Johnny, nice. I have a recorded Quinbox. It's an hour long, so I'm thinking of cutting it up in 2 sections, but I was supposed to edit it this week, but then some prototypes came in. And, well, I played with the prototypes. So that's why we're having a live stream. That's how things go. And that's a good point there, John. Yeah. Priorities. Yeah, you know, I have worked like weeks, if not months, on those prototypes. So once they come in, I kind of dedicate all my time to those. But they've been very positive. So the direction Home Assistant is taking. I haven't tracked Home Assistant that closely for a few months. Are they taking some kind of new direction? I'm going to crack open a a Fanta lemon. Nope, there. The community could possibly make videos for shorts and user guides. Maybe, I don't know. They were in Utrecht this week. Oh, okay. Oh, was it a gathering again? I went to the one last year. So, let's slowly get started. 21 again this year. Thanks, man. Thanks. So today, I was going to stream about something else. I was going to have a video, and then I was going to stream because I didn't make the video. And then this guy came in. So this is the TOMZN AS2060. So it's a 2000 watt. It says it here. It takes in 12 amps on the AC side and then delivers 60 volt 33 amps on the DC side. What? This is huge. And it has these giant lugs like the Power 7HC, so the high current version. This is for the AC side, and well, it's huge. And the idea is that this is going to feed my new benchtop power supply. It has two large fans here. I hope they don't turn on when it's cool. And I bought a Raiden. Oh, it doesn't actually say here. It says it here. 6030W. So this is a up to 60 volt and up to 30 amps. And this is going to replace my 6012 that is on my desk here. Now it's slowly dying. The screen is dying, but it still works fine actually. It's a bit noisy, the power supply sometimes. We already extended it in a few live streams back, and it lives now under my desk. But even then, it's just annoying. So I'm hoping this giant PSU doesn't make as much noise in low amps. So basically no noise. We'll see. And then this will allow me to go up to 30 amps instead of 12. Because especially like at 5 volt or even at 12 volt, etc., I run into limits. So this one says it draws 12 amps on the AC side. It's gonna be insane. It might actually blow the circuit. I don't know. If the live stream somehow disappears. Yeah, I'm in the Netherlands, so we're at 230 volts. Let me see what kind of voltage we currently have. 228.9. Oh no, 229, 229.1. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna hook up this guy, but let's first hook up this power supply and see if it blows the circuit. Yes, we have slow blow 16 amp fuses, and I believe this one is on a separate breaker. I have two power bars here. This one isn't, I believe, but this one should be, I think. I hope. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. First we need to prepare the power cable, because let's do a 10 amp, maybe a 20 amp test if we can hook it up. I was wondering if these forks are going to fit these giant lugs, because I actually lent out my large crimper. So that's going to be interesting. So let's check that first. Yeah, I don't know if it's a C or a B. So let me see if these will actually fit, because that would be nice. This is a 10 gauge. I have bigger even, but I'm not sure we'll need it. So, oh, nice. Okay, so I at least have fork crimps that will fit the terminals like this, right? Now, they're made for larger lugs, but since we're only going to see 30 amps, only. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. Nice. I was looking I was looking near this terminal, and I was like, V minus, okay. I'm gonna blow it already. Yeah, probably blow my tester, I don't know. But this was just to see if these lugs will fit. But they will, so I can use the 10 gauges on here. That is nice. Okay. So I have two testers set up, so we can test up to 1200 watts. I have a third one here, but if it does up to 1200 watts, it'll be fine. Anyway, we'll test that later. Yeah, the pots are supposed to be voltage adjust and current adjust. We'll test that also. And later we'll work on the RD6030, because I kind of want to take the cable we made for the RD6012, but it's stuck to the bottom of the desk, and I don't know if I can get it off. We'll fix that. We'll figure that out later. First, we need to get some AC cabling here. I'm really afraid this is going to blow my circuit. We'll see. Okay, so I looked in my stash of cable, and this one said it at least had, where does it say? Oh yeah, 3 times 1 millimeter square. So that's not very thick for 12 amps, but you know. As always, we're just gonna measure things, right? That'll be fine. Okay, let's get this unsleeved. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. And I have to see if I have the right fork crimps for that. Not 100% sure. I believe I have some fork crimps here. Let me check. No, maybe in here. Hold on. Box in here somewhere. I have my large box in the over there, but banana, no. Okay, I'll get my my large box. Hold on. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna draw 2000 watts continuously, or even close to that. I mean, I want to test like 5 volt 30 amps, or 12 volt 30 amps. That's nowhere near 2000 watt. I don't need to test 60 volt 30 amp. Well, maybe at some point. Who knows? Who knows if this channel? Okay. Let me see if I have some decent fork crimps here that will fit. This is 2.5. Okay, that might be good. Or we might need to use the trick again where I use a wire ferrule inside of the fork. I know you're not supposed to do that, blah blah blah. but sometimes it works out that way. So, okay, these fit, but do they fit the cable? Do I also have a black version? 2.4, no. Oh, there's a bunch of randoms here. 2.5S. Oh, they're from this one. Okay, wait. Sorry, there's a bunch of randoms here, and need to put them back in the bag, or otherwise they'll go lost forever. You always think you have enough until you like run out, and then you're missing one, and you're like, damn it, I should have cleaned it up when I had the chance. Why are they all in here? Okay, I'll do that after the stream more. There's a lot more. Okay. Anyway, do I have black 8? No. 2.4. No label. This is 4. No, I need 5. I should have them. Okay, I'll do all red. It doesn't really matter for the AC side anyway. Okay, so let's see if we strip this. We shouldn't strip it too far. It's too far still. There. I always do twist it because it seems to give a little bit better grip. Let's see if we do it this way, if it's going to be enough. Let's give it a little extra crimp here. So, oh, it seems to crimp enough, but I can easily pull it off. And I don't think I have smaller. At least not over here. Oh, this is why. Okay. Do a loop at the end. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so we strip more. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay, hold on. I did it like that. Okay. So you mean like that? Okay, let's give it a try. Let's load up one. Just have to make sure you just push it through. And then okay. Yeah, okay. That's tight enough for me. Now where's the stupid baggie? What? $2.5, okay. Yeah, I'd rather have like 1.5 millimeter square AC cabling also, but I couldn't find one, so. And like I said, I mean, the 2000 watt, I don't think I'll ever use. 1 moment later, no. But 1000 I would. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so I folded these over also. So let's see here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, next prototype will be a 2,500 watt Quinn LED board. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, okay, well, sure. Move it slightly. There. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Good. That should give a decent connection. And I mean, we have the thermal camera. It's fun to see when things melt. Although, AC melting, I don't know. Okay, maybe we'll do live first. Fine. The UHC, the ultra high current, yes. Okay, let's torque these down a bit. There. Now these are not going anywhere, and the cable's not coming out. Oh, good. Okay. Very good. Very good. We might need these tools again later, but we'll see. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is going to load test it on the desk with the load testers. Let me... Oh! Sorry, the mouse decided that it wanted to change the screen. I didn't want to, but I don't know how long it was like that. Okay, I got some new stuff in the Quinn box that's coming up, but you guys are my live stream peeps, so I've got these. These are some new Wagos, and holy crap, they take like the even like over here. There's still some room left, even with what is this? I think this is a 14 gauge. Yeah, this is a 14 gauge with wire ferrules. I think it even fits a 12 gauge with wire ferrules. Nice. So yeah, they are expensive, but officially, no. These are CE. CM. Officially, they support up to 6 millimeter squared, but of course I like using ferrules, and it doesn't work. Up to 48 amps, 450 volt. No, these are fakes. Yeah, no worries. But I'm sure they'll do plenty. But at least it allows me to connect my stupidly large cables, which the others didn't. So, for now, we're going to use this guy. This is a 10 gauge connected to our favorite banana plugs. let's see here. This goes here. Okay, make sure that's nice and tight because there's going to be a lot flowing over that. Okay, let's turn on the testers. Hey there, King Henry the Hoover. What? Okay. Let's arrange this on my desk. So first we can test with about 10 amps max. Because the test... No, that's not true. We can test 30 amps, but this is going to give out 60 volt. So the tester is up to 600 watts, so we can test with 10 amps. Yeah, I know. Let me start the software. That's always fun. Oh, right, I needed to install Project Lasso, or Process Lasso, so I could link those stupid things to cores. Haven't done that yet, but I will at some point. I'm waiting for the software to start. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Okay. And let's see. Is it this one? No. This one? No. Oh, right. And CC. There. Okay, good. Oh, it's cut off a little bit. That should be big enough, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't see the on button? Okay. There. Okay. Lasso stream. No. Right. So let's turn off the socket. I'm gonna plug it in. And, well, if we lose the stream, you guys know what happened. The capacitors in here probably sucked up all the power. And, well, did I hook it up right? Earth, neutral, yeah. So if the capacitors in here draw too much, or this group is already overloaded, well, that's the stream. I'll try and come back as quickly as possible, okay? For some reason, I feel like I need to wear my safety glasses, but it's not going to help me if I blow out the circuit panel. But we'll see. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I heard a large thunk. We're still here. Okay, there's a green LED now. Okay. We're measuring 60.17 volts. Nice. Actually, one of the things I wanted to try, or I wanted to know, is how high can I raise the voltage? Because we kind of want 68 volts. So let me try and adjust that. Let me try and get my screwdriver in there. There. Okay, it is going up. Nice. Okay, down a bit. You have to turn quite a bit. Oh, okay. Oh, then it goes quickly. Oh, I'm already dropping frames. I need to change the core stuff. There, 68. Nice. Okay, let me change the core stuff. Yeah, but there's a tool called Project Lasso. I think I can automate changing that stuff. But yeah. Load application. Set affinity. You get the last cores. There. Yes, much better. I believe the RD68 or the 6030 or whatever, it expects. Let's see here. Does it say? Yeah. So it has 6 to 70 volts, but this one is a 6030 or well, I have the W, I think. 7 to 70 volts. So it wants like 68 volts in to have a little bit of a buffer, because I believe at 72 volts it gives a warning, and at 75 volts it shuts down. The newer ones, the old ones just die, and then it can do 60 volt out with 30 amps or 1800 watts. That's why I got a 2000 watt power supply. Later, Johnny. You hope it isn't using 63 volt caps. Well, then it would have been designed wrong, because officially it has like 10% up or 10% down adjustment according to the product page. Let me check these capacitors here. Can you guys see? Where's my magnification glass? Okay, I can put it on the side like that. Let me see what it says on the caps. Other way around. Okay, there are 105 degree caps. I don't think we can see the values. No, I don't think we can see the values. Okay, nope. Too bad. What? No, we'll not stress test. We're going to test it a bit. But yeah. So it's at 68 volts now. I don't know. Let's give it 5 amps. Okay. Are we ready? Oh, the idle draw, by the way, is 7.8 watts. Wow. Uh-oh. Not enough memory to open this page? My chat just crashed. What do you mean, not enough memory? The chat's back. Well, we'll see, Thomas. We're going to see. Maybe later we can screw off the top. That seems to be pretty easy. But we have to be careful for the AC section inside. Yeah. But indeed, there's a jumper here, and there's all kinds of dip switches. No idea what those do. Okay. Let's hit it. Okay, the tester is ramping up. Our power factor is 0.6, so this is not an active PFC. I expected that, but just so you know. Okay, we're drawing 339 watts. Why the minus? Because we're drawing. We're pooling power, we're not delivering power. 339 on the tester, and on the AC side it's 378. So if we divide that, 339, 378, it's 89% efficient. Huh. That's not too bad for such a big power supply. So we can only do 600 watts with one tester. So let's go to 9 amps. Tester is like, here's some noise. Oh wait, we're already exceeding 600. Oh, right. Okay, well the MOSFETs are quickly quickly heating up. So let's see what it's drawing. 665. So 611 divided by 665. 91%, 91.8% efficient. Okay. I have some AC testers so that I can also overlay that in the future. Okay, the tester's mad. Okay, the tester shut off. Okay, okay. It's beeping at me. What's it saying? I can't see. Oh no, overdraw, over temperature, whatever. Okay. It smells a bit burnt. Not the power supply, but the tester. Oh, I'm not sure, Greg. So I have two testers hooked up, but I'm not sure I'll be able to connect that on this side, right? Because that's going to be slightly problematic. But I'll give it a try, and then we can move on to rebuilding the power supply thingy here. Thanks, Stefan. No, these testers are just new. Okay. I'm pretty happy this thing isn't making any noise yet, because that's the problem I was having currently. The power supply made a lot of noise, even when it wasn't doing anything. This one seems to not make any noise. Okay. Let's turn it off and get my bunch of cables, because I think I have another one of these cables. Oh, okay. Oh, we might be able to use that one I built ages ago. We might be able to use this guy. Wait, why is there only one? Oh, it's very short. I'll have to see if I can make... No, it doesn't have the right connections. Damn it. But this one should. Okay. Yeah, exactly, boss. So that's why I decided to go with a different power supply. I also did that for my RD. Let's see, is there voltage still? Oh, it's very low. Okay. RD6030, which I use in the garage. I also went with a different power supply, and that's been working out great. Or 6024, yeah. So let's see if we can get this screwed in. This is also 10 gauge. Oh, this is 12 gauge. This is 10 gauge. Do I have another 10 gauge? I don't think so. Maybe this one? 10. I have another 10 gauge. Okay, let's use that. It's still not discharged? No, but I'll hit the test button once. Okay, yeah, it auto shut. The tester auto shuts off at 3 volt. That's kind of annoying, but okay. So let's see if we can make a little sandwich here, and basically do it like that. Now, that wouldn't be good in a real world scenario, I think. But this isn't a real world scenario. This is Quindor Live. Okay. No, no, I'd rather not. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it'll work. There. They're very nice and beefy posts. Kind of like the same I used on the 7HC. Okay, and oh. Okay, so now we turn on the second tester and we see if we can load the application again and control them both. This last time this went horribly wrong. So this is measurement software from A-Torch. It's not that great. No, I think this way it's best because the other one is further removed and yeah. Oh, I think it actually worked the first time. So let me open that up. Hold on. Oh man. The window resizing is like 1 pixel wide. Okay, constant current. Let's open up the second one. There. And do I have 2 serial numbers? Nope, I have the same serial number. But I don't know if that means I'm connected or not. So shit. Let's set this to 1. Didn't do anything. Let's set this one to 1. Now they're both at 1. Okay. I have no idea how to fix this. Let me get this out of the way. Yeah, I'm trying to fix that. I just pulled one out. Okay, I'm still getting the same one. Trying it again. Still the same one. Okay, let's try finding it while it's out. Sorry guys, one moment. Okay, let's see how this works now. Let's hope this one restores its connection, the bottom one. Oh no, it's research. Ah. Nope. Okay, we have to do it again. What? How? Okay. Let's turn this one off. It just keeps giving me the same serial number, which makes no sense. Well, if you look at the whole software, it looks like you can hook up multiple devices, but then in reality, you really can't. So now we're kind of stuck with this. Let me try and restarting the software. Sorry guys. One moment. I've already written them 2 emails, but they never get back to me. Okay, I keep getting the same serial number. So let me try that again. Now, there's a part of the software I cut off you're not seeing. Now I can't get the other serial number to appear whatever I do. Okay, so this is the bottom one. And this is also the bottom one. Why? So now let's turn the bottom one off. Refresh this guy. Still getting the same serial number. Okay, different method. Hold on. I just pulled out the USB plug. Okay, searching. Now I got a different serial number. Good. Yes, this is the top one. Okay, so now we have one on the top one. I'm going to plug in USB on the bottom one. But now I only get the bottom one. Oh, or the top one. No, they're both detected as serial ports, and they both have their own serial number. But for some reason, it just doesn't want to detect both. Okay, I'll do it manually. Yeah, it's bad software. Okay, so now I have one serial number. Nope, got the same one twice again. Oh, so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna try it once more. Closing all the software. Unplugging one USB. No, it's not the same, I think. Well, currently the software isn't running, so... Hold on. Oh, you saw 2 cursors. Okay. Okay, so supposedly the software is somewhere. Okay, it's over here. Good. It only also works at 100% scaling. If you have anything else in Windows, it breaks. Come on. Okay, so this is the first one, but you're right, it's both. Now I'll plug in the USB to the second one. There, and I'll start a second copy of the software. And we wait. Okay. Nope. Connected to the same one again. Well, then never mind. I'll do the bottom one myself. Okay. Fine. What do you mean error? No, sometimes I can get it to work, but most often I can't. Hold on, let me try and find... Okay, this one should be the right one. No, it's still not doing anything. Okay, now it's doing something. Let me just remove the second one there. So I'll work the bottom one myself. Let's set the top one to 8 amps. Okay, yeah. Let's turn on the power supply. If I disappear, you know what happened. Okay. And turned on. That's good. Oh, voltage is slowly rising. That's actually good. So it doesn't overvolt when starting up. That's nice. So let's start one tester at 8 amps. That shouldn't overload that single tester. There. And then let's start the other one also at 8 amps. Lots of fan noise on that side of the room. Okay, we're currently drawing, well, let's say 542 times 2. So that's 1084 watts. And at the wall, it's doing 1178. Oh, that's 92% efficient. Thanks, Jamming DJ. So I guess we leave this running for a bit. This is, you know, as close as we can get right now. Still no fan noise from the power supply. Oh, the thermal, sure. Well, but before we get that connected, the test is done. We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe I should enable Wi-Fi before I start the tool. Let's give that a try. General settings, Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi. Okay, it's connected to Wi-Fi. Let's go. Let's see. Video, connect, LAN, confirm. Oh, there's an update. Download and install while we're streaming. That's always... Oh! The noise has started. It's not too bad. It's a bit whiny, but sounds like a server, yeah. Okay, restart now. I hope that means the application, not the PC. Yes. Mod it with Noctuos. Well, it might need the airflow it currently has, so don't know about that. Maybe they fixed the stupid connection issue. We'll see. Oh. It's going to a lower fan speed now. The connecting thingy is now continuously connecting. Oh, it failed. Aw. Who would have expected that? Oh, wait. The IP address is all wrong. What? Sorry for all the technical issues. I must be getting old. Failed to connect. We'll just keep on, I don't know, hitting buttons and connecting and... Technologia, yeah, it's so crap. This thermal camera is like 600-700 euros. Oh, and it hurt me. It connected. Are you kidding me? Let's see. Thermal camera. Is that... Yeah, that looks good. The letters are a bit small again, though. Hold on, I'm trying to... settings? There. Okay. Nice. So, let me remove the macros. Let's see how warm this is. Oh, okay. There's something there that's really warm. I think it's a resistor. Let me add the macro lens again. Oh, one of the testers is overheating. Yeah, there's a resistor there. And that's getting really warm. But I mean, that's designed to get really warm, I think. So... Okay, hold on. Oh, the other one is now also overheated. So yeah, the testers are being warm. The power supply seems fine. So yeah, the only warm thing that's in there... Hold on. Yep. Is this resistor here. But I think that's designed to get warm, so, you know. Oh, there is software compatible with the BW600? Could you give me a link on the Discord there, EarthGamer? Because these are, I think these are BW600. Doesn't say on there, which is always weird. Can we see inside? Sure. I have to be careful for AC shock. But I did want to look inside myself also. Oh wait, I need to turn off the timeout, because otherwise we'll lose connection again. Auto off. Off. No, there's no plans for that currently, Greg. I'm gonna wear some gloves. And let's turn on the tester to make sure all the power is drained. Okay, there. That took down the voltage. Okay, I think I should be able to remove the top cover without too much danger. We'll see. I know. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's some screws here still. I think those should be the screws for the top cover. Okay. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay. Well. Okay, I'll turn this off for a second. Can we now see? Oh, the output capacitors over here, they are 1000 UF 100 volt. So 68 volt shouldn't be a problem. Okay, there's a fuse there. An AC side fuse, it seems. That's nice. Then we've got some rectifiers and blah. Some large capacitors here. Those are probably AC side capacitors. Let's see what it says. Hold on. Yeah, they're 680 UF 400 volts. Okay. A large transformer here. The two fans, they are 625 SH12, 12 volt, 0.2 amps. Okay, so if I want to replace these, I need 60 millimeter fans, it seems. Let me check that. Yeah, these are 60 millimeters. Okay. And 12 volt. Okay, well, that's fairly easy to source. And then there's a large heatsink here, where all the MOSFETs are screwed into. Oh, and there's a thermal probe there. So that's probably what drives the fans. So the thermal probe goes into here. And then there's a little daughter board which has some ICs on there, so that's likely for the fan control and stuff like that. Yeah, well, if the fans don't turn on too much during normal usage, which I expect from what we just saw, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them. Yeah, PWM control board could be. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the fans are plugged in here. Okay. I believe that's a giant film capacitor. So I guess they're also making 12 volt inside of here, huh? I guess that's what the small transformers are for different voltages. No, it's not PWM. Well, it might be PWMing the 12 volt side, because they're not PWM fans at least. There's also no taco meeting, so it's just plus and minus. So, interesting. Oh, there's some packaging foam in there. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna try and get the packaging foam out. That's gonna be interesting. Try not to hit anything. There. Okay. Yeah. These capacitors are 100 volt. So that's plenty for 68 volt out. That's no problem. So I read online that someone else also took a look at these power supplies and they did pretty good. But that if you get the 12 volt version, basically the traces aren't up to snuff to support like 150 amps out or something like that. And I was like, well, I'm going to use 60 or 68 volts. So I don't care about that. It's only going to do like 20, 30 amps or maximum. Looking at the traces here, I can somewhat understand. What? Every time white stuff near. No. That's just actually good practice. Yeah? Look at those beefy. I think these are rectifying diodes. And then there's a switch here. So there's a relay on the AC side. That's also what you hear turning on, I think, during startup. And yeah, I don't know. Sure. All in all, I mean, as far as I know how to design power supplies, this looks fine. Right? I'm not going to take it out or something like that, so I'm just going to put it back. Making AC to DC, basically. Well, you know, they don't really make these power supplies to be serviced. And if I would blow full bridge rectifier, yeah. If I would blow it, I could replace that. That's not a problem. So, yeah. It's to tie them down during shipping, so it's like a silicone glob. But it also helps prevent high frequency resonances. So that it basically makes less electronic noises. I'm not sure how to explain that. But it's generally good practice to, if they have that, more attention was paid to the design than less. So that's good. And I mean, these kind of chassis, they're kind of run-of-the-mill general you can buy. But, you know. And like the fans, they're probably just a standard solution also that provides enough airflow. But all in all, I think construction quality... so no, this is from a kit. I use these kits now with interchangeable screwdrivers, and I like those a lot. I'm not sure I already linked those, but yeah. So this PSU is for this benchtop power supply. So that's what we're going to do now. We just gave it a almost 1200 watt test, and it seems to do that perfectly fine with high efficiency. So yeah, I bought like 5 of these kits. Okay, we don't need these anymore. We don't. Well, we can use the testers again later. Okay, we don't need the AC side. So for now, I'm going to put this to the side because we need to break down my trusty power supply. Over here on my desk, I have this box here we built, I think, during livestream 92 or something. I think it's in video description. So this is an RD6030, which I want to replace with an RD6030. And I also then want a different power supply, right? So this should just disconnect. So now we just have this box, and we can take out this module and replace it for another one. A second reason, although it's not really a reason, if you look... No, wait, hold on. If you look at my screen, I have these... I've been experimenting with the Wi-Fi. I actually got it to work. I have these bars on the right side, and during the livestream 92, I only had 1 bar. I now have, I don't know, 6 or 7. I keep getting more bars. So at some point, I won't be able to read the digits anymore. Hold on. There. So yeah, that's also partially a reason to replace it. It wasn't too bad yet that it had to be done, but yeah. Okay. So we're going to reuse this cable and this connection and things like that. Oh, more Wi-Fi bars is better. Yes. No kaboom yet. No kaboom yet. Hey there, Dutch maker. Yeah, so we're going to take this one out later. What I'm going to try and do now is get that power supply from under my desk. And, well, I kind of glued it in there. So I'm going to have to break it loose, because it's stuck there the whole time. I'm just going to use this as a prying tool, I think. Yeah, wish me luck. I'll be under the desk. Be right back. If you hear breaking noises, you know what's going on. Yeah. Okay, let's remove the AC cable. Maybe I can do it without the tool. Let's see. Oh man, nope. Oh, okay. It's quite stuck on there. Oh, it's more stuck than I thought. Hold on. Holy shit.
Thank
Okay. Well, I need more of those screwdrivers. Hold on. I'm still alive. I'm gonna jam more of those screwdrivers in there. Maybe I can get some leverage. Okay. Oh, it's going. It's going. I got it. I'm still alive. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm coming up. Whoa. Holy shit. Well, I need to maneuver it out, so one moment. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. I mean, I put like lots of glue strips on there. Oh, I damaged the case trying to get it out. I mean, this desk is not going to move to the new house anyway. We've done lots of things to this desk already. Okay, whatever. So, I wasn't sure we'd be able to get in here, because the last thing we did last time was put this front plate on there, and then I terminated, I think, the cables once they were through here. So let's see if we can get this out. I guess we can just pry this out also. Wait, did I actually screw it in? No, I don't think so. Maybe I did. Let's give it a try. No, I'll probably find some use for it. Where is the larger Phillips? Yeah. Can it come out now? Okay, that didn't make a difference. Well, but I'll see if they're in here also. Yeah. I don't believe that's for the front panel, but you never know. Well, maybe, but I mean, this is in here better than I figured, than I thought it would be. You're just a 3D print, let go. But I don't want to. Well. There. I even 3D printed the tabs. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So, inside of here, I terminated the cable onto the power supply. So this, I'll need to cut those off to reclaim the wire, basically. I'll use these so I can try and claim as much cable as possible. There. So now we can get this cable back. Our nice little 3D printed front. That was funny. I was preparing that live stream and I found this front, like, which is the same front as the power supply, and I was like, oh, we can drill it through there. It worked out great. So yeah, this is now the power supply of the 6012, and I'll do something with that at some point. Still a nice case and stuff. Okay. So let's take a look at our candidate today. Wait, I should put those screws back because otherwise I'll lose them forever. A moment. Trying to be sneaky and showing. Oh, okay. No, I don't think there will be a big power supply unless I can do it for cheaper or I can do it better than what's already out there. Did I only remove 3 screws?
They talk about another kind of world.
Almost can't imagine. Oh, here's the 4th one. There. Okay, whatever. Let's finally unpack our new benchtop regulator, I guess. Well, it's mostly the software there, John Harmon. So, yeah. Oh, we got instructions. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm very much hoping it's the same size as the 6012 because the cabinet, or you know, this 3D printed housing. Oh wow, look at the difference in color. Okay, it's been on my desk for like 5 years. Yeah, at least. Yeah. It looks to be the same size though, so that's good. This is all in the same place, but They seem to be using some better ports. I believe these are all copper and these weren't yet. Yeah. So we'll need to get this one out also, but we'll figure that out. Okay, we got the Wi-Fi board, because I do want to connect it to Wi-Fi so I can use it in the streams. And as I said, I was running into limitations for the 6012, but I did figure out how to get it working on Wi-Fi. It's kind of broken. I guess that's the thing with Chinese tools. It can work in some very specific situations, but in any normal situation you'd want it to work like, it doesn't. But I can make it work using a Wi-Fi dongle and then spoofing the address, and I tried it with the other one, it worked. So let's add the Wi-Fi card. It's just an ESP. Oh, it's an 8864. Okay. Got a little voltage converter and yeah. Okay. Well, it can only go in one way. There. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got with it. A thermal probe. We'll plug that in and we can put it somewhere. I don't know. It's just nice to measure the temperature. Some lugs. We won't be using those. We'll use our own solution for that. A spare fuse, but I believe for this one they're all soldered on because there's a fuse over here. There's a fuse over here. And there's a fuse over there. But yeah, I mean, these are 40 amp fuses, I think. Yeah, 40 amp. And it only supports up to 30 amp output. And the input is always higher than the output, so because it's a buck converter. So that shouldn't be a problem. It's heavy. I mean, look at this giant coil here. And fan, and there's a little heatsink there. There's a relay here. 40 amp, 250 volt AC. AC? Okay. It doesn't have any DC specs, but I'm sure it's supposed to be good enough. I don't know. Yeah. It's tightly packed over there. And I believe there's like the display board is under here, and then maybe even another board, but this probably also dual-sided. Now we ran into the problem last time. Oh, max DC 70 volts. Yeah, so that's why I put it to 68. This is very hard to reach. But I think we're just going to crimp on the crimps that were already on there, because this is 10 gauge. And then bend them. Yeah, I think that is indeed for a real-time clock, but I generally don't care too much about that. So I also don't know what size coin cell would go in there. Yeah. Lots of DC-DC conversion going on here. Yeah, so let's crimp connectors back onto these. And then, no. These go onto the power supply. So these go onto the power supply, and then this goes into the box, and we have to break out the current panel in the box and then connect the internal wire. That's what we need to do. Now I'm hoping I can get it out using these holes and push it out basically. Oh. Because it's also snapped in there, right? And I can't really reach those snaps. Let's use this guy. Does that fit in here? No. Let me set the affinity because I can hear my PC screaming. There. Yeah, we had some drop frames, not a lot. Yeah, maybe. They're anti-static gloves. They're not 1,000-volt whatever gloves, that's for sure. Oh, this is going pretty good. Oh, I managed to get it out without destroying anything. Maybe. Let's try it on the other side. Yeah, these have holes to push the tabs. That's very nice. There. Whoa, without destroying anything. Well, on this part. Okay, so in here, we again have 10 gauge. So that's good. There's an XT60 in there. So even if we draw the 30 amps or whatever, I believe an XT60 is rated for like 30 amps continuous, or at least plenty for what we're going to do. And I think last time we already used fork crimps. So I think we can just unscrew this. There, yeah, and we can just use these forks. We only have to bend them for the new guy. Noise. So this is the old one. The Wi-Fi chip had a different orientation. Okay, there's different tiny fuses in here. And it had a socket, also max 70 volt in. Wow. Look at the input capacitors here, and then this is like the guy she tells you not to worry about. Yeah, it's a bit bigger. And then there's more output capacitors and stuff. Okay, cool. So this one out. And then we need to figure this out. But as I said, I think we're just going to bend it. And I'm just wondering if we go low or high. I think we go high. So we go in like this. Like so, and then bend it up. I think that's the best approach. And the best connection. Where's my... I again lost my bits. What? Oh, here. So, I'll try and show you, but it's a bit hard. The 6024 we did before this also had it this way, and that was also a hassle. So I was kind of suspecting it. But yeah. So I'm just gonna try and get these in there. Like so. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Oh, I actually believe they give you a bent connector, which you can then connect spades. But I'd rather make a direct connection if I can. Yeah, it says in minus over here, so this is good. I'm just trying to get this thing aligned. There. I'll show you in a second. I think that is the best connection I'll be able to make. I agree it's not great. But yeah, I don't know how else to do it. So I'll try this guy also. Can you still clip it in? Yeah, I think I can still clip it in the case. We'll see that in a minute. Yeah, but the spade isn't really going to give me... What's this? Yeah, that's for the spade, yeah. It's not really going to give me a better connection, I feel like. Because they also give you these. And that's basically what I'm doing. So... Yeah, I get it. I agree. It was also stupid on the 6024. But that's been working great, so... Just need to make sure both posts are touching properly. Okay, I can get them in more than I thought. So now let me screw it down. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, the power input really could use some work. This kind of shit. But if we're talking about how well the connection is made, I think this is still best. Yeah, Greg, that's what I mean. If I use the spades, then I have to have a pluggable connection there and multiple crimps and things like that. I really don't want that. So this is in theory now in. So let's see if we can get it into the box. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm hoping I can angle it in like so. Also have to take care of the Wi-Fi card because that's sticking out over here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, this happened last time. It was bowing out a bit. But I think that's okay now. The fan is absolutely free and unobstructed. There's also vent holes over here and over here, so that should be pretty good. Oh, the temperature probe. Aw. Okay, yeah, I want that connected just for fun. So let's open it up again. We just saw that we could fairly easily. Because we can push in the tabs. There. That's not too bad. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah. Okay, temperature probe. I'm just gonna put it in the back. I don't know. Or maybe I should stick it through one of the vents. Well, for now I'm gonna stick it in the back. I now know I can always get back in here pretty easily. And be interested to know what the temperature is over here. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe next to the connector. I'll stick it between the plus and minus of the oh no, wait, that's heat shrink. There. Between the plus and the minus of the input connector. Okay. So angle it in slightly from the top. No, the probe is now kind of pushed down, and I can see the fan in there. Let me get you another light. Wait. You can see the fan down there, and there's no wires near the fan. Okay, wait. No, there is slightly. Let me see if I can push it away. Not with this one. It's not really a problem, but let me see if I can push it. Okay, I need to do this right. We're going to stick down the temperature probe. Yeah, I just found this on Thingiverse. And so far I like it, because it's nice and angled, and it's a decent size, so there's still some cooling, and yeah. I'll stick the fan wire down. We need to do this properly, right? This needs to live on the bench for like a few years more. I'll use some Captain tape. So let's just stick it down like that. That should make sure it stays out of the way. One more tape. Oh wait, let me put down the temperature sensor near the input connector. Over there. So now the temperature sensor is right there on the input connector. So now we can measure if our connector is becoming the weakest point. But as I said, that's an XT60, so it should be able to support like 30 amps continuous, I think. I haven't looked that up in a while, so I don't, not 100% sure. But so let me just stick those wires down a little bit more. There. Okay. There. Okay, let me check. Yeah, no wires in sight. And we have our temperature probe. I can see it on the connector. Good. Okay, so this guy can, you know, retire somewhat. Okay. So now we need to crimp the connector for on the power supply. And I need music. I guess I don't need this right now. Right. Okay, this looks undamaged. That's good. Oh, this needs to go on the other unit, because otherwise I'll lose it. Like So this one does up to 30 amps instead of only up to 12 amps. And I don't need up to 30 amps for 60 volt generally. Or I wouldn't mind hooking up a different power supply for that. Let me make sure these are equal length-ish. But like at 5 volt or 12 volt, I would have to often grab a different power supply to do my testing, which is fine, but if I don't have to, you know. And we recently learned that banana plugs can easily support up to 50 amps, and that makes a whole lot of things easier in regards to organizing all my desk and cables and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, now it's time to upgrade. And then I found this really nice 2000 watt power supply, which is total overkill for what I really want to do with it. But if it remains quiet during normal operation, that is also a bonus, because I was very irritated by the noise and the screen was dying, so, you know, all reasons. I think it's this one, and sure, no problem, Greg. This one. Okay. That is a great connection. Very nice. Yeah, that's going nowhere. Perfect. And I mean, even though it's 2000 watts, it's a 68 volt power supply, so it outputs a max of about 30 amps. Now, 10 gauge, which this is 10 gauge, could be bigger, but then I'd have to draw like over 1500 watts for that to become a problem. There. Okay, I'm not worried about these connections at all. I don't know if there's going to be higher voltage anytime soon because of the way LEDs work. They'd have to become smaller to not lose the zones, basically, right? Okay, it's time to test already. So I'm going to be bold. Wow, this thing's a lot heavier than it used to be. Wait, is there something magnetic going on here? No. Okay, so let's, we have our giant wire here. Let's plug that into the back, like so. We have our safety glasses on. And, let's see, AC side. Wait, this needs to go. And power. Oh, it's booting. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're getting 67.8 something volts in. That's pretty good. And we can always adjust it if needed. Let's see what the multimeter says. Oh, I think I accidentally bumped out the plug. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, okay. No clue. We can measure it under load and see if we keep enough voltage. So yeah, so far so good. 5 volt, 30 amps. Okay. Wait, oh, we're gonna measure some. Wait. I need to start more software. Yeah, this software also isn't great, but it's at least a lot better. Somewhat better. Okay. Anyway, let's see. On the terminals here, we get 67.879. Yeah, okay. And the power supply is saying 67.90, rounded off upwards. Yeah. That's good. Our temperature prompts 23 degrees. Nice. Okay. Now how do we test this? Because I don't have banana to banana cables. Oh, but I do have to crimp cable. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Hold on. I want the bottom one. Wrangling some big cables here. This one we can turn off. Okay, let's turn it off for a second. We're gonna use the crimps on here. Wait, let me see if I can screw these off completely. Yeah, I should be able to get these on the... Yeah, so this is also a pretty decent fit. Normally we won't have a situation where we need banana plugs on both sides. Okay, so that's tight. So the USB plug, you can hook it up to your PC and software upgrade. They have some software upgrades sometimes. And you can do some configuration and app stuff with it too. But it also now has Wi-Fi because I installed the Wi-Fi module. And I can actually make that work with the PC app using some convoluted methods. But yeah, that's not for this stream. Okay, we have one of the testers connected. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see if it can connect. No, because there's no USB cable in there. Yeah, for on your bench, I have used the other one thousands of times without the PC app, right? PC apps for these things are generally not great. Okay, I think it's connecting. Maybe. Hold on. Yes, it's responding. Good. Let me see if we have the right capture. I think so. Yes. Okay. So let's turn it on. Oh, okay, booting. It's a bit fuzzy because it's not focused on it, but you know. 5 volt, 30 amps. We can test that. Let's start with 10 amps. Turn it on. Oh, the button's still stiff. Okay. Yeah, we're seeing 5 volt. Exactly on the tester. Good. Let's turn it on. We can hear the fan in the RD itself. And from the tester. Yeah, we're doing exactly 50 watts. And from the wall, we're doing 81. The efficiency has gone down slightly. That's 61% efficient. But now, I mean, that's not because of the power supply. That's because of the buck converting going on in the RD6030, right? You're not buying this for efficiency. You're buying this for accuracy and flexibility. So let's go to 20 amps. Okay. Yeah, nice. We're seeing a little bit of voltage drop on the cable to the tester, which, you know, that's normal. I mean, that's to be expected. This one is still giving us 67.836. Okay. That's fine. Wait, did we set it to 6? No, we set it to 68, right? Did we set it to 68 or 67? Now I don't remember. Yeah, I think we set it to 68, but barely. I think this hasn't changed too much. 68. Yeah, okay. But I mean, that's not a lot of drop at all. Okay, so let's go to 30 amps. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really moving, it seems. Oh, we can get something. I have a clamp meter which can measure DC. So... Oh wait, you can't see. Hold on, I'll do it in another spot over here. Wait, it's only measuring 2 amp. It measured 3 amp over here. 3 amps. 3 amps. 2 amps. Okay. Well, we'll measure this one. There. So, from this giant power supply to the RD6030, there's only 3 amps going over the cables because it's 68 volt being down converted to 5 volt, and this is doing all the buck converting. So the amount of current that's flowing from the power supply to this unit is really low. It's only 3 amps. We could have used like 18 gauge. But the other unit wouldn't allow me to test this, because even with 5 volt, it wouldn't allow me to output more than 12 amps. So this one is 30 amps, so that's easily more than double. Let's see if that has any... Oh wait, macro lens. Yeah, so the cables, these cables going to the tester, those are carrying 30 amps. But that's also 10 gauge, so that's okay. This resistor over there is warm again. Right, we have our tester over there. It's, you know, it's only under 50 watts. So, yeah, so the cables from the power supply are really cold because we're only doing 3 amps. But these are doing 30 amps. But that all seems to be handling just fine. And we're getting like half a volt of voltage drop, but we're doing 30 amps, so that's okay. Now let's give it another test. Oh, the buttons are so stiff. On the other one, they're like worked in. So we set it to 12 volt. And let's see if we can hit it with 12 volt 30 amps right off the bat. Yeah. Now you can see that we're using about double going from the power supply to the write-in unit. We're still getting half a volt of voltage drop, but now we're starting with 12 volts, so it's less of a problem. And we can play with it. We can say, oh, let's go to 18 volts. That's 538 watts. That's about the max one of my testers can take. Officially there's 600 watts, but eh. So now you can see this went up again. So now we're drawing about 10 amps through the DC wiring, but that's 10 gauge, so 10 amps is nothing. Wait. I mean, these cables, yeah, these are the 30 amp ones, but the ones below that, they're not even heating up because they're only doing 10 amps. They're only doing, well, not even. You can't even see them on my desk. So in case people were wondering, like, oh, can you extend that wire? Isn't that going to cause a problem with the giant amounts of current and load and blah, blah, blah? I don't think so, because the voltage is really high, and by the time I'm pulling, like, oh, it's pushing air. Oh, that's interesting to note. The air is coming out of this side. So it's pushing air this way instead of that way. It's going this way. Huh. Yeah? Okay. Oh, it's already done cooling. Yeah, it's getting warm over there. That's my screen. Yeah, all in all, I think that's a great success. I can't really test more. Maybe I can test 1 volt more. Yeah. Yeah, now the tester's going to complain again. Now we're almost at 10 amps. So even with 1200 watts, if I would be asking 1200 watts from this thing, we'd still only be at 20 amps or so. I mean, it's 10 gauge, that's fine. This was 30 amps. So, yeah. So if we put this up, okay, we're measuring. Let's see what we measure. (67 842 843), and now let's turn it off. Yeah, so the voltage drop on the terminals at least is very minimal. It seems to be fairly well regulated power supply. Let's turn it on again. Yeah. I can't really measure the voltage. Well, this is telling us the voltage that the RD Raiden is seeing. So we're having 200 millivolts drop, given a 150, 200 millivolts. Peanuts. Peanuts. Very good. I like it a lot. Idle current is now 12 watts. Okay. Did the chat die, or is everybody just listening? Exactly, Philip. Well, that is kind of why I bought it so oversized. That in the case I do want to do like 1200 watts or something strange, stupid like that. The write-in temp was 49. Oh, no, 39. Did you see 49 over here? Chat forgot the thumbs up button. Yeah, so there's a whole menu in this thing. I never know how to operate it. Take OK. What? Take out? No clue. Boot power? No. Boot logo? Sure. Buzzer. Backlight. Upload rate? Slow. Max power? 1840 watts. Can I make it more? I don't know. Oh, it was 39. Okay, yeah. So that's the power of the connector, because that's where the temperature probe is. Cutoff temperature 60 degrees. Yeah, sure. If the connector is 60 degrees, let's cut it off. Okay, we've got USB interface. We can set the date and time, but I don't really care, because I turn off the power supply often anyway. Oh no. Okay. Ah. Yeah, you can change the digit style. So we had it on normal. We can set it on 7 segments. I don't remember how I get out of the menu. Oh, there. So now this looks slightly different, right? It has a different font. Oh, I never know how to do this. So let's set that back to normal. Yeah, I like the normal font. It's nice and clear. Set it on Chinese. This gives you more options. What? No, let's not do that. And then we can change the display to give us more information or to give us a graph. Let's look at the graph. So now we get a graph here. I don't find it too useful myself. No. This one can be somewhat useful, but I mean, we can see the input, the voltage set, the OCP, but I don't care about the OCP, and I don't care about the OVP and the VBAT, and so I don't really use that menu either. But if you're doing stuff with batteries, you might like that. You can set some presets on memory presets, I believe, but I don't really use that either. And then some information. Temperature 42. So that must be the write-in temperature. And I believe what's over here, that is the probe temperature. Yeah, I would say upgrade successful. Yeah, this unit isn't that expensive, and what I don't like having everything on my desk the whole time. So what I now have is this. This thing well, okay, minus whatever. This is the only thing that's on my desk, and it has a really long cable, so I can put this power supply way over there. I don't care about that power supply because I turn it on and off with a switch on my wall over here anyway, and these cables aren't gonna influence anything up to like 1200 watts or whatever. Yeah, very nice. Now I do think the airflow from this power supply is out this way, and I kind of want to stick it on the wall. Does it? Oh, it has mounting holes here. Does it have? Yeah, it also has mounting tabs over here, so I could just stick it on the wall, and then have this on my desk. Cool. Okay, let's unscrew these. And let's get to the secret. The secret! Oh no. Wait. There. Okay, don't need those. This can turn off. So the house hasn't really progressed yet. We're still waiting on construction companies. They are not sticking to the agreed upon schedule. Big surprise. And StarCam is linked to that. So yeah, StarCam is kind of done for now until I put stuff on the field. And then there needs to be power, so then we need to have a contractor and they need to start and things like that. So StarCam will be continued on a later date. Right? We already made the VPN and connection to the NVR and all the stuff. But what I wanted to show you today is we have a new version of the Diff Power receiver dig medium. So it's a receiver for Diff Power for the digital LEDs, and then the medium variant. There's going to be other variants too. And this one still has an external buck converter. Now, normally you'd mount that up on here, so you have a nice and compact package, and you just insert the wire here, and that provides data and power. This one is already an older version that I had working already. This is this the just one? Yeah. So this is the newest prototype for the Sender 1. So you can see it also now has a shielded socket, and there's been all kinds of changes on the board, namely in ESD protection for the data line, protection for the power line. Timing circuit is completely different now, and there's also a draining circuit like this capacitor here. Once power is active, this capacitor is filled, but once you disconnect it, it's immediately drained without a bleeding resistor and things like that. Seems receiver can place to wall socket. Maybe. I didn't design it for that. I designed it for the size of this buck converter. So, if you can fit this in your wall socket, might be challenging, because I think it's too wide. So let's hook that up real quick. Using, where is it? Oh, yeah, I think it's here. So we can take a prototype ESP32 board with Ethernet. Let's get our Ethernet plug. There. We need some USB-C. One of the features of the Sender 1 is that it has power output. So you input 55 volt and it makes 5 volts. So you can just take your whatever you're connecting as the data source, like an ESP like this, and give it power like that. We need to connect the wires. Now in this case I know it needs to be this pin and this pin, although I might have reconfigured this, but we'll see. Okay, there. So that can be anything. It can also be Quinn LED board, etc. But I have now specifically made it 3.3 volt compatible, so you can directly use an ESP. Let's get some Ethernet cable. This is a thin Ethernet cable. For this length, it doesn't really matter. So you connect that together like so. And then we need an output on here. We can use one of my LED bars I have here. I'm going to move this to the side. There, now I have a bit more space. We can use one of these LED bars. So yeah, we can see that. Okay, let's screw that in. So this system is really to transport data and power using a UTP cable to a remote location. So let's say you have some props in your yard, or you're building a house and you want to have LED lighting in various rooms, but you don't want to have power supplies and controllers and things like that in all the rooms. This is really meant to transport that over longer distances, so like up to 100 meters and then up to 100 watts or so. Okay, so we have our LED bar here, and we have all this UTP cable, which is really thin actually, in between there. Oh, we still need power. I need this guy. So this guy takes 55 volt in, or 48 up to 55. Which means that the transport voltage over the UTP cable is nice and high. So we can get really long distances. Kind of like we just saw with the power supply being 68 volt to this main unit, the RD unit. Yeah, kind of the same principle. We use a very high voltage, so we don't need a lot of amperage. So the cable can be pretty thin, like an Ethernet cable. But we can still get a decent amount of power through. Okay, well, we'll keep this on the screen somewhat. Something like that. I'll remove the tester. There. Okay, so to resume, we have 55 volt. Let's set it to 55 volt. Let's set it to, I don't know, 3 amps. There. Coming out of this guy, going into the receiver board. Sorry, into the sender board. That then converts it to 5 volt for this ESP32 of Ethernet over here. That sends a data signal for the LEDs and a trigger signal, because you can trigger it on and off on the sender side, so you can unpower the receiver side completely. This then sends power and data all the way through this 25 meter whatever cable, and that over here gets converted back to 5 volt. Is this a 5 volt? Yes, this is a 5 volt buck converter. And data, and it's fused locally and blah blah blah. Let's go. I'm not sure why suddenly we have lots of fans. Okay, it is working, but I need to reconfigure some stuff. I don't know why the power supply suddenly decided to become very active. Which IP is this? Okay. Maybe it just needed to cool for a bit. Is it 103? No. Okay, wait. Did I do something wrong? It's being bored being idle. Yeah, maybe. It is blinking, but I'm not seeing which IP it would be. Huh. I'm confused. Did I flash different firmware on here? Pink LED set. Well, these might actually make it to the final product. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, I'm not getting my Ethernet. Am I using the wrong cable? I am so confused. Is it broadcast and AP? Maybe, maybe. It is. Why? Oh, I know why. I reflashed it, I think. Hold on, hold on. No. Did you read the manual? Yeah. I might have gotten the wrong module though. I think this is the one. Odd. I am confused. One moment, please. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Let's turn it off again. Yeah, it's coming online and blinking. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, never mind. No, I was playing with the buttons on here. So I probably reset the Wi-Fi credentials. But then why is the Ethernet blinking? I'm so confused. I shouldn't mess with these things before I'm going to show them. It's also not on Wi-Fi. Wait, we can reset it, right? Holding the boot button... No, we can't hold the boot button because it's Ethernet, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I messed up the configuration a bit too much. Damn it. Yeah, okay, I need to reflash this guy. Fine. No, we'll just use a different one. I have no clue what's on here. But we'll switch to Wi-Fi. Okay, power on. Okay, this one asked for an IP. There. Let's see. Okay, we need to enable Q1. That's on 32. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Yeah, so now we're getting an enable here. That's good. And now I need to configure the LEDs. We're almost there. There. We have an orange bar. Well, you can't see that. I'll turn it on. Okay, so I don't know. I messed up the configuration on that other one. Anyway, this bar, these LEDs, they are now being lit through this Ethernet cable. The best demo is unscheduled. Yeah, maybe. So let's set it to rainbow or something. There, now you can see it. Yeah, so again, we have 55 volt coming from the power supply into this board over here. That makes it 5 volt for the ESP or whatever you're going to connect over there. And we can then connect a data line and a trigger line, because if we now turn off the LEDs in WLED, you see this LED turn off. That means that the trigger is off, and basically all power to the Ethernet port is cut, which means that it doesn't use any power when idle or when the LEDs are off, even though the board is remote. And when we turn it on in WLED, this also gets enabled again. So what? I need to buy this and reconstruct my apartment again? Why do you think I'm building a new house and trying to build this system? But what it also does, and it should now do correctly, is if I disconnect this Ethernet cable, you'll see the remote detect LED turn off over here. And this is something I've been working on to get right. So our trigger enable is still enabled over here. And we can insert the plug and remove it again and insert it halfway and I don't know. Keep on plugging it halfway, but it doesn't engage because there's now a timer function on there. If I leave it in there long enough, then, well, the power supply activates, but then it actually enables the output power. So there's a delay before it does that, so it doesn't blow up the data line and misaligned pins and blah blah blah, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so that's basically what I've been working on. And if I now turn it off, you'll see that the power LED for the remote power going out is basically instantly off because it gets drained properly, not with a remote, with a bleed resistor, but with a proper circuit. Activate power supply fans. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I think it's purely coincidental, but, you know. Yeah, so now you can remotely turn off everything, basically. So you don't waste a lot of power on LEDs that are off. And, well, this cable, well, this is already a pretty long, thin cable. But it can be a Cat 5e up to 100 meters, no problem. Yeah, it took a while to get this all working perfectly, but I believe now it is. There's a nice delay so that when you're plugging this and you haven't fully aligned or seated it properly yet, that gets resetted until you actually do, and then it turns on. Oh, you have hardware automations in HA for that hardware option. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this was the remote detect LED, and this is the trigger LED. So if I switch it off in WLED, yeah, same thing happens basically. It depowers whatever is remotely connected. When is this coming out? When it's done. But we're a lot closer now than we were a while ago. So, you know. Will there be options available for testers? Maybe, Philip, maybe. You can try and break it. But, I mean, I think it's pretty foolproof now. Can even do this. Yeah. Now, I guess I should show you the secret. There's a secret. And that's in the form of this board. This is a prototype of a prototype. Basically, this is a remote receiver, but then a diff power receiver RGB CCT. That's a work in progress mini. And what this does, this controls analog LED strip using the same system. So I need to reconfigure the LED output to something else. One moment. There. And now we can connect this receiving board, and we can connect this one there. And now we have an analog LED strip that is doing what we tell it to do. And if you notice, this one doesn't have a giant buck converter. Well, the terminator's on here. And so for the analog stuff, I am going to look at daisy chaining. For the digital stuff, that's a lot harder, because then you need to loop back the last pixel, basically. But yeah, this is a digital board with an analog board with a built-in buck converter. That still needs a lot of work. That is probably going to be in phase 2, right? So we'll probably get an analog board with a external buck converter first, and then maybe we'll get an analog board with an internal buck converter later. Sure, yeah, this can be made small enough to fit in a wall socket, because this is it. There's no buck converter or anything like it. It's just this little board here. And, well, the same system can do analog and digital. So this is an RGB CCT strip. So if I in WLED say solid, turn off the color, turn on white, and I want warm white, or I want cool white, that works. And you can see power draw also isn't insane. I can up the brightness, so power draw goes up, of course, but yeah. Yeah, but I mean, especially the integrated buck converter solution will be limited in power, of course. I'm hoping to make it able, in somewhat this form factor, it might need to be a little bit bigger, to do 1 to 2 amps at 24 volts. Not much more than that, because there's just so much you can do in a little space and heat and things like that, right? Yeah, this prototype still needs a lot of work. But I'm designing a system, so I want the system to be hashed out before I release version 1, and version 1 might be just this sender board and receiver board with the external buck converter for digital, and then later we'll get extra types of receiver boards, like a larger digital and a larger analog and a smaller analog and blah blah blah, and we'll get different sender boards. I've shown off one before which had 7 channels, for instance. Yeah, double stack the board. You mean with the buck converter? Yeah, that's not gonna give me a lot of extra space. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, work in progress. So far, working pretty good. Finally. Yes, there will be a sender board which slots into the DigOcta ecosystem. Yes. And, well, the big advantage is that your controller, in this case just a puny ESP, is centrally located. So there's no logic remotely. It's all central. You have a buck, okay, but can it do 60 volt in and 3 amp continuous without overheating in an enclosed space? Oh, so daisy chaining for analog, that might be a feature, but this board needs to be redesigned. Yeah, that might be a feature in the future, but yeah. This is also a prototype, yes. But we're not going to talk about that. 17 volt in. Yeah, okay, yeah, but no. That's not going to work. So yeah, so far this is, shaping up nicely. This screen is actually a higher resolution than the previous one. Nice. Oh, power supply is awake again. Maybe I'll put some Noctuas in there. I'll see. Do Noctuas even have 60mm fans? I don't actually know. No, the Dig, Uno, Quad, Octa, etc. are not going to use Wago stuff. I personally don't like those too much, because with larger wire gauges and ferrules, which I like to use, they're pretty bothersome. Good ones are really expensive, so the boards would become a lot more expensive. And yeah. Nothing you can't solve. Well, this is prototype version 0, release 7. So sometimes it takes a while. Yeah, maybe I'll look into putting some 60mm fans in there. But I don't mind a bit of noise, just as long as it's not continuous, annoying noise all the time when it's not needed, right? Practice makes perfect. Yeah. 12 volt. Okay, well, we need 12 volts, so. You still wait for Quintessence. Yeah. That's taking a little bit of a different direction, but it might be a project we'll work on this year. I have some new ideas in regards to that I want to implement in my home, which I think would be really nice and doesn't exist yet. But it's a modification of an existing product, but I'd have to develop some stuff for that. We'll maybe see more about that in the future. Seems that this is also pretty stable. There's a lot of warnings you read with the ride-in units that they want to sell you their power supply, because other power supplies sometimes are too unstable, the output voltage, which messes with the circuitry. So far, this seems to be working fine, but we'll see in the long run. But overall, my experience with this power supply is pretty good so far. Quintessence is a secret. No, it was a project I might wanted to work on at some point, but it's changed goals a few times now. So, yeah. Yeah, analog power. Anyway, that was the secret for today. And we've been going 2 hours and 47 minutes already. So that's been a while. But another great project success. And I need to see how I'm going to attach this to my wall. I might stick it down with sticky tape again. Maybe I'll just drill it in there. Maybe that's smarter. But yeah. And I can put it away far enough that even if it does make a bit of noise, doesn't really bother me. One thing to note, I think I can probably best fit it with the terminals going to the top because the airflow is from this side to this side. So I need to think about that. Quinergy is on hold until the new house, and then, it'll get some form of implementation. So yeah, thank you all for the congratulations for my birthday. That was very nice. And, tot ziens. Het was gezellig met jullie te kletsen. Wat? Okay. Later, Alex. Building up the Quinn home. Exactly. You got approval for your battery. Nice, Philip. Oh, Apollo Automation is here. Hey there. So yeah, we're winding down, so sorry, Apollo. And I'll catch you guys the next time. Bye-bye.